It's probably a good thing that we're still just saved, like, right here at the beginning of Deep Torvus, because I went and did a little bit of research, because, yeah, I don't know, like, anything in this game very well. I'm sure somebody will be annoyed that I looked things up, but there's apparently an energy tank would be a better way to phrase that we missed. I believe it's in the... Oh, you guys. Also, I set my beam hotkeys to the numeric buttons, because, again, I have those on the side of my mouse, so press 1 to select that, 2 for dark beam, 3 for light beam, and 4 will be where the annihilator beam is when we actually pick that up. And... ah, yes, dark bloggers. I see. Can I at least use this thing? I don't care about you guys. You're just... You're big, ugly fish who are here to be mild interruptions at best. And at worst, to charge me HP. Oh, yeah, you use the vent, right? Oh, no. All right, yeah, this thing just pumps the piston a little bit, and through we go. Ooh, all right. I actually see that properly this time. Oh, yeah, timing these is not going to be the simplest thing in the world. And we're on a timer, speaking of timing. I'm surprised I pulled that off with such aplomb. That did not go how I thought it would. Whatever, let's go back through the pneumatic device here. And there is still yet one more free energy tank in the Torvus Bog area, but we have to go and find the boss for that. Oh. And keep your finger off the wheel. Seems like it's quite sensitive. Are those Grenchlers in here? Yeah, they replaced the enemies here with fucking Grenchlers. Wow, alright. Thanks a lot, Retro Studios, you jerks. They really did kind of go, what was the jerkiest thing we can do with this room? And they figured it out pretty fast. Jumps are pretty tight. I mean, I think they may always have been, but they feel worse now for some reason. And that some reason is probably just me hallucinating, so... Is this the correct room for the elevator? Yes. Hang on. You guys can't see that bot that's trying to get me to buy views, but I'm banning it out of principle. Really is like the only audience I ever attract is machines. That's another reason for me to not have a public Discord link right off, because what do I need more spam bots in my life for, right? Eesh. That's to Agon, and I think we go to the... Oh, right, we don't even have the third temple key yet, so... Whatever I'm thinking of, we can't even do yet. I don't think. The one thing I can say about where the controls don't feel as good is it feels like you can lose your sort of being like locked in that groove with the boost ball much easier in this version of things. And I don't know if it's because of the Wii or because of the emulator. Be honest with you, it could be either. Could be both. Oh yeah, these dudes. Anyway, I'm going to not like lean so hard into trying to get 100% scans anymore, because I realized that, yeah, I missed that jump guardian earlier in the game like an idiot. So I'm not going to be too fussed with it anymore, unfortunately, as it is no longer possible for me to get hundo in that. I was not diligent enough. It's all right. One of these days, I swear I'm going to do a 100% Metroid run of some kind. Did I not do 100% with Prime Remastered? I, in fact, may not have. Whatever. I'm going to save state here just for, you know, safety purposes. Just in case the game decides to catastrophically die. Alright, yeah. Spawned, rather. Key is up in that little notch up there, I think, and then that missile door goes somewhere else. Assuming I'm remembering everything correctly here for this area, which I'm sure that I'm not. Because how often do I, really? Oh yeah, I don't even need to activate that right now. I saw those and I was like, are those some sort of hand grips that I need to grab? Okay, there's a jackass in this room somewhere. A hunter-ing, I think they're called. Oh, that's not even like a proper light crystal, I don't think. Yeah, bro got melted. Hell yeah. Love to see it. Okay, swing across to here, and this is just a quick way back there, I think. That's fine, but I don't need that, really. Not yet. Maybe later. Maybe when Spider Guardian pops up again, and it suddenly turns out that rumors of being eased have been slightly overstated. But we'll find out when we get to that. So yeah. Ooh, hey, save point. Well, I won't say no to some health restoration and to saving my game, because Again, only 10 minutes, but hey. We've seen that this thing crashes apparently on a dime. It's a slight over-exaggeration, but it was quite alarming. So... Whoa. Oh, someone's a little bit unpleasant today. As always. Just hunter-ing things, you know. What'd you get in the orb? He didn't get in the orb. It just looked like he did. He made a loud noise in a bright color. Okay, fine. I can see it. Your baseline. That's the wrong gun, actually, for this situation. Shit. He doesn't seem to be interested in that. That's unfortunate. I just didn't want to deal with him while I'm over here with this thing at my my shoulder here. Oh, well, it popped open in one. Thank goodness. Give me that beam ammo expansion. Hell yeah! I didn't even remember that that's what that was. But we're always happy to have a little bit more munition supplies here. Because I'm an American, so if I hit 0 ammunition, I die. It's a real trial. Or something. This isn't the stupidest bit that I've ever done, but it certainly feels close. Save? Save. Let's do it. There might be a save point closer to Dark Temple, but I don't recall. Yeah, no, this is running on some technology that doesn't exist anymore. So clearly we need to find the one freak out there who can just make an adapter for it. Right? The one person who's just like way too into this. And knows how to weld. You might be saying, shouldn't you be saying solder? I'm saying the components are far too large for that because of the age. You need welding equipment for this. Anyway. Oh. It's fine. I'm pretty sure there's another energy tank back at Temple, so we should be okay. I just have to remember how the fuck we get there. Oh no, it's literally just the side. No, it's not literally just the side. It's it's literally just the other side. I really have not internalized a lot of these maps, to be honest with you. It's just in general, I'm not good at that to begin with, but I think a lot of this game is just hitting me right in the blind spots very specifically, too. On top of everything else. So unable to figure this out. It's really not that hard. I think it's just the rotation and the fact that everything is like one of two colors. Okay. So. This way. So before I do this, I can go and get the energy tank, yeah? Yeah, that looks doable. But I do want to know what's over here. We have health. We'll be fine. Probably. Oh, is this the... This is the light burst, right. The supernova or whatever it's called. I don't even remember if we picked this up. We probably did. But, just in case not... Oh, no, it's just an ammo supply. Never mind. I just thought it was, because I'm like, oh, that's a very, very light-colored... It wasn't light-colored enough, though. Clearly. That's my bad. But there we go. We got 7 energy tanks. I'm not worried about this boss anymore. Besides, Chica was one of those bosses that was actually kind of easy once we knew how, right? That wasn't a bad fight. Very much. But right, we do have to drop it into the sludge. Turns into this weird thing. Oh! Thank you for the 5 anonymous gift subs. I appreciate that very much. To Fire Drake, Coach Sebia, who's somebody I saw, like, once. Actually, a lot of these are people that I saw once, except for, like, Fire Drake and Lampy. But that's because I don't really have a consistent audience, because... Well, for a start, I'm not very good at advertising. There's a lot of layers behind that, and also there was definitely a period where I was not a very consistent streamer either. I'm kind of self-conscious about the quality of any of my work, but, you know, that's a whole other to-do. I think it's kind of interesting, though, speaking of receiving anonymous gifts, that Twitch's, like, infrastructure behind that, it renders it as sort of like a username that's an anonymous gifter, as opposed to just, like, a phrase that's an anonymous gifter in, like, regular grammar or something. Honestly, I bet that Twitch, much like most web stuff, is probably absolutely running on spaghetti code, so... It wouldn't really surprise me if, like, this was just some, like, recurring old jank or something that had never properly been solved. Plus, we know how much Amazon doesn't like to put money into Twitch.tv, so that way they can continue to be like, oh, well, it's losing money, so, which maybe it is. I suppose I wouldn't ultimately be surprised because bandwidth is, well, okay, there's several asterisks that apply to this because obviously I, as a private citizen, think in terms of private citizen things, and Amazon is a disgustingly large corporation of truly disturbing, like, scale. So when I say that bandwidth is not cheap, that's more of a, like, a personal level sort of thing. That if you're just an average fellow who is trying to run things like that, and besides, it is cheaper now, so on top of all that stuff, cheap versus expensive, that's a bit of a funny bit of business no matter what. But basically, it's like, okay, on paper, I get it. Streaming video is a lot of space. I have to keep constantly deleting my VODs off of my hard drive, for example, because I think altogether I have like 4 terabytes of hard drive installed on this PC. I'd love to have like a lot more, but prices, and I'm sure that shit's only going to go up now with all the, like, the stuff that's being cordoned off for AI and stuff. People are obviously going a little bit nutso about the fact that the prices of RAM are becoming a little bit, going up quite a bit thanks to AI stuff. And that is a real thing to worry about, and it does suck eggs. But I think that a lot of other things, too, are going to have that issue, and that'll include stuff like, well, hard drives. It's kind of a shame. If I had, like, a... excuse me. If I had a particularly large chunk of cash somewhere, I think that at least one thing I would be somewhat interested in looking into would be, like, something for a fairly large amount of storage, like maybe a decent-sized NAS would be nice. And then I could store certain things that I might need more often in larger quality, and just in general be able to, like, have more of my shit installed as I go. Let me click this thing before it disappears. Okay. We're on to part 2, where I shoot this thing in its weird butt, I think. No, wait, no. That I can shoot it wherever for the first phase, and then it's seeker missiles afterwards. Yeah. 4 in the back. And then phase 2 of the fight is where we have to start shooting it in its weird little hanging thing. Oh no, I gotta hit it 3 times in this, don't I? Or was I not able to hit one of the hits because of it not fully regenning or something? I don't know. Alright, now you're in the drink. Okay. Yeah, see, I'm not even remotely worried about health at this point. Like, sure, I'm obviously going to stay in the designated zones, but I got 7 energy tanks. I can take a bit of a pounding, Joker. Incoming. I forgot about that. I forgot that was the thing it could do. Because we've just been absolutely cooking this thing. At least compared to when I first played it. I'm sure that there's some speedrunner out here who's like, I can beat this boss in 12 seconds or some shit, and good for you. If I played this game every day of my life, I would go lay down in front of a train, but I could probably do that too, so... Like, fair enough. Oh, you butthole. It's alright, we've got more than enough ammunition to do this. Like, yeah. Easy. Anyway, that's the emote that I got. BT dubs from those hype chests. Oh yeah, we've seen that scene before, so we can skip that. And get ourselves the Dark Visor. Hey. And they are out of here. Whoop. Okay. Give me my stuff back. Listen, if I was a speedrunner, I would... If I was just speedrun stratting through any of these games, I'd never get anywhere, because I'd have to keep resetting. Granted, I say that like I didn't reset this game, too, so... All right. So now that we've done this, we can go and... Well, first of all, we recharge the energy thing in the temple. And then, after that, we can go do a little bit of exploring. I really wish that I could just sight offhand where all of the grapple beam stuff is. But I can't. One good thing that I will absolutely give to Metroid Dread, even though I'm not a big fan of Metroid Dread, is that it tended to mark stuff like that on your map for you. And I believe it even had a memo feature, even if it didn't. So that could be quite helpful. Double check that I'm going the correct path here, and the answer is yes. My viewport is a little drunk, but we've been over that issue before. I don't know how I'd be able to actually fix that, so that way I'd be able to see maps from the top instead of the bottom, but it probably would involve fiddling with the controls some, or like assigning it to a controller or something. And I just don't feel like doing that. Oh, hey, there's a lore scan here. Again, I've missed out on some scans, so I'm not going to go for 100 anymore. But, hey, there's that if you want it. Or if you are going for 100% scans. I don't know offhand what that unlocks anyway, so... I'll assume that it's real good, though, because... if I'm going to fuck up and not have perfect access to it, it would be. Yeah, this is what happens when I have my mouse off the window while I was sitting on that elevator, because that's unskippable. So I was like, let me refresh my messages and see if anything's happening on the internet. I have a bad habit of multitasking because my brain is just completely made of toxic waste at this point. Anyway. So that is Torvus Bog complete. Well, clear anyway. There's still some parts of the map that we haven't explored yet, I believe. Did we take fall damage? I don't think we did. I think I'm just imagining it as being one of those things. It's like, yeah, this game would do something like that, wouldn't it? Okay, so... the roots might have had an item there, but... the big inn that I seem to recall is at... not Plaza Access, that's... separate location. Not able to get to that. Oh yeah, that last one requires spider ball, so we can't do that. But there's a grapple beam location in one of the paths where you use the morph ball. Not this one. This one is morph ball optional. Oh, yeah. Well, I guess Light Beam would probably be pretty good on these dudes, right? In theory. But yeah, now you can see them when they're doing their super dashes and stuff. Well, it gave us a good tone, so... I'm assuming there was some value to what we just did there. Did I not go this way? Huh. That's weird. Oh, right, this is where the map station is. I forgot about this entirely, huh? Okay. So, are we missing anything, any locations on the map, is my first question. Yes, actually. They are... like, all the way down at the bottom, aren't they? Yes, but they require... they require power bombs, and one requires annihilator beam. So... that's to be expected, I suppose. Okay. Path of Roots is over there. Portal Chamber is not a place we need to go, but Abandoned Worksite is. So we'll cross the gap. Well, partially cross the gap anyway. There's a rock there that we can't remove because it requires power bombs, so we're going to go back to ignoring it. Here, however, there's a grapple beam point, so... instead of using it to cross, we go and we pick up this missile pack. And this is the location I was looking for. There's some grapple spots here. I don't recall what those are for, but hey. Oh! Oh, it's just a free missile. Alright. Yeah, we like those. Don't know if we like getting hit by these goofballs, but hey. Give me some light ammo. That's pretty good. There we go. That's right. Don't forget about your triple jump, you fool. But there's our 100 missiles. So I think we're doing better at that this time than we were before. All right, watch out for the Grinchlers who are trying to steal Christmas. And we are, at least for now, done with Torvus Bog. So, back we go. Is there anything in here? No, it's just an... Oh, right. Yes, this is the place I need to go to get energy tank number 8. Right. And I think that's our last energy tank for a little bit. Like, there might be one we can get in Sanctuary. But I do not recall. Early Sanctuary, anyway. Let me put some parentheses in there because, yeah, that's a long location. It's not like you just do that once and do that once. Okay, so we got Butthole Guy here. Just taking a look around to see if there's anything of particular note for me to go for. What's that? Vacationary. Oh yeah, that's off the GFC. Okay. Well, we can just ignore the Shadow Trooper or whatever its name is. Like Dark Pirate Commando or something. Jim. There we go. Jim. That's what we're going for, is gym. Let's go this way. And go. Take this cutscene. We're skipping this one because we've already seen it. We are very quickly approaching the point where I'm going to stop doing that, by the way. For anyone who thinks it's irritating, well, oh well. And there's a save point. We should probably hit that real quick. As it has been like half an hour since I last saved, I think. And an actual, like, tangible chunk of progress, really. Oh yeah, this elevator's already pre-scanned, so. Down we go. And yeah, this is the place we got to go into Dark World. I think. If this is the location I'm thinking of. Kill those guys. Is there anything else here? I suppose, like, using regular scan visor would probably be the better choice, because it doesn't look like there's actual, dark visor. Ah, right. This one requires the sonic visor, maybe it's called. It's a thing we don't have yet. What about back here? Anything backwards in this direction here? Ooh. You know, I don't know if we're supposed to be here yet. But whatever. Yeah, because we got all this phase-on and stuff hanging out here. No, I think that's just a corpse. Oh, shit. Careful you don't fall into the void. Not that the void is like instant death, because it's not, but just in case. Also, yeah, the music here, I don't know if it's supposed to be like ambience created by large amounts of phase-on, but it wasn't in the previous instance of it, which was, of course, back in Metroid Prime 1, where it was the music in the impact crater. I mean, perhaps it could have been. It's just that in other places where you weren't able to... Okay, yeah, so that's just too strong for us right now, so... So whatever that is, that cannot be dealt with at the moment. But I guess at least we removed the seeker missile lock from the door, so that way we don't have to deal with that in the future. Yeah, the other places where there was huge amounts of phase-on, you didn't get this kind of ambience in those locations in Prime 1. Like, nowhere in phase-on mines in any of the places where you had to, like, be surrounded by the nasty blue shit was that even a thing. So, it's just sort of been bootstrapped in this case, I guess. Alright, get me out of here. I'm definitely not supposed to really be here too much, but we got a little bit of stuff anyway. Even if we kind of got our asses kicked for it. That's right. Scientists from the future have studied our ass for centuries, and they sent them back in time to kick it or something. Okay, seeker missile gate, or is it just a regular thing? Either way, we're hitting it with the seekers. It's fine. We got a good chunk of missiles. We can do stuff like that once in a while. Ooh, turret. Yeah, sorry, I stopped to look at the thing because I'm like, how tall is that? Ow. The answer is I don't actually know that there's another player up there. Unless it's something I need more abilities for. It very well could be. I mean, hey. Oop. A little bit of chug. But we're okay. Save right here. And it's time for us to get going. Scan this real quick. I don't think these dudes want to give me weapon ammunition, unfortunately. But give me a little bit of health at least. And they will give me some missiles apparently, so that's something, I guess. And maybe the game's like, there's just too many of them for us to allow that. Whatever the case may be, it's something, alright? Forget what we fight here on the bridge. Ow! My vision. I got an idea. That didn't give the guy as bad of a time as, well, not his little side cohort here. I was really hoping for like an equivalent amount of effectiveness between all of them. Or at least between those two, just because... Yeah. it's a black hole kind of thing, so surely it should do something, right? You'd like to think. Right, I forgot about these things. Incredibly funny, and you don't even need a missile for them. Just use your beams. I forgot. I forgot about these creatures entirely. Entirely. Ah, yes. Dark beam. And yeah, this is definitely a seeker missile thing. And that brings out the Resbit, who is kind of an asshole. Just land 2 super missiles, though, I guess, and that will do it. Alright, here's our first instance of a fight against a quad. It's really amazing that that thing gets like a mini boss music this first time, because you end up fighting so many fucking quads later. It soon becomes kind of silly. Anyway, this is a save point. Yes, that's exactly what I was thinking. I think we got both of them. What do you got to say? Yeah, don't goof around with that, you fool. That can't possibly be healthy for anybody. Oh, right. We go up around the platforms here, not using that thing. Whoops. Our jump got a little cut off there. We might have knocked our head on something, but I didn't see what. Okay, so this is going to tell us how to... Yeah, Amber, Cobalt, Crimson, Emerald. to disable the lockdown mechanic here. One. Two. Three. Four. Nice. Now we should be able to just go down the middle, right? So what's up with these dudes again? Yeah, I'm sure that's a thing we have to worry about in the future, basically. So press the correct button. Ah! My camera with the ball does seem to be a little bit worse in this version. If I can offer one piece of criticism, and so far it is only one, I swear. Is there a way to, like, redo this to realign this camera? Okay, yeah, it's just press the shift button, and I've been using that badly because of reasons. Alright, activate the portal. And... Right, don't rush out immediately. Let's take this with care. Oh no, this is even a little place you can just go walk around in. It just, I don't think leads anywhere useful. Yeah, because here we've got a dark Metroid. And we've got this spinny thing over here, right? Oh, hey. Cool. Pity that doesn't matter very much, but hey. Actually, can you be knocked back by just... No, you require charged light beam. Right, there was a missile pack here. I forgot that there was a missile pack here. Well, good get anyway, so... With that picked up, we make our way back here. A dark beam door over there. And that is our only path. I wasn't sure because the invisible wall isn't going to show in that, right? Of course not. Okay, elevator on. First, let's get our munitions a little bit resupplied here. Excuse me. Should be safe to... Yeah, there we go. Honestly, that was probably a bit of a risk, but hey. Nah, get over here, you nerd. Or don't. It's my own fault for not, like, immediately setting that to high energy mode. Okay, so hold up. There's no portal in this room, is there? Yeah, it's back in the previous room. Whoopsie. I walked a little bit ahead here. And this is going to be a case I need to do this. New Dungeon's final boss is just a griffin. That's... Wow. I guess they really did put all the budget into Doom Train and giving him hands. Thanks, Square Enix. Yeah, no, I do like the look of the new Doom Train boss. And on some deeper level, I'm like, I do... Like, if I still had fun playing 14 or thought I would again, I might be like, yeah, resub for Doom Train, but also, you know, I don't really have a whole lot of fun playing it anymore. And I'm not big on the story as it currently is running. You know, basically, there's problems, right? That's the simplest way to put it, is there's problems. Oh, I appreciate this idea. I could Fantasia you into an Ellison and then people would know things were wrong. I mean... I can't deal with that thing right now. Where was the path for this room? I forget. Oh, there it is. Okay. Whoops. Yeah, okay, true. What I mean, your main... Save point. It's true. It's true, I did. That was years ago. The fact that you remember this. Meanwhile, I can't remember where I was going like 5 minutes ago at any point. So that's... Wait. Ah, yeah. Jump in the... the Pompadour. I mean... Mira had like a normal person haircut. Okay? I swear she did. You're right, and I had a stroke. I mean, listen, if we're being completely honest here, it's kind of like I'm always having a stroke a little bit. Makes me think of this one Robin Williams bit where he's talking about the development of golf, and one of the things that he says when he's pretending to be a Scotsman and has this like really ridiculous accent with it is he goes, "Oh, we'll call it a stroke because every time you miss, you feel like you're gonna fucking die." Anyway. I don't remember why I even thought of that again, other than the fact that I just really like that whole bit. Can you tell me anything about this energy doodad? Fuck. Didn't say have a stroke, but he just said stroking. Oh. Oh. Oh boy. Oh, see, I didn't see this thing pop up. I didn't see it rise. Oh boy, that's... In the road, stroking, yeah. That's a sentence and a mental image and a problem. Yeah, no, that definitely is not what that person meant to say. Obviously. Oh shit. Right, I can't do this room yet, can I? Yeah, I don't think I can do shit here. I want that energy tank, but I think that's actually a screw attack thing. Right. We have to go and... We have to fight the... We have to fight the, like, extra pissy quad here before we can actually, That's right. Mr. Barriers Jones here. Oh no, that's right. You use the opposite one to make sure you actually get through. Oh, what a jerk. It definitely did that, like, as soon as I was on the offense. Are you kidding me? Get... Stop dogpiling me. Oh, wow. Good job failing to grapple that, you fool. Wow, okay. I'm just playing this like butt. These are all really easy grapples. I'm not even up to the thing that sucks. All right. This is like the only cutscene for a while that I will not skip, like so far. Because we haven't seen this one on the VODs on YouTube, I know that. People who have been watching the stream, yeah, but I didn't upload that VOD on YouTube because... honestly, the sheer amount of me just dying to Spider Guardian was... kind of... but... So this is also going to be one of the very few times where I make a save state that's at least partially for purposes of, like, in case we have a really bad time here. Because you better believe with how bad our save point locations are, I'll jump straight back to that in order to, if we start failing against Ballsack Guardian or whatever it's called, I forget. Spider Guardian, yeah. Ballsack, are you gonna listen to me? That's right, it's a cup. Where is my... I want to go in here and I want to... There we go, Cheats Manager. Because a lot of the PrimeHack stuff is set in cheats, and I want to disable the... disable HUD pop-up on pickup acquired, because we're actually getting into items that we haven't had before, so... I want to be able to show those off, I guess, if, you know, when we start getting new shit. And then I can read the controls and be like, wow, I actually don't know what buttons my keybinds correspond to on a Wii remote. Dark visor thing? Oh no, it's a scan target, right. We'll definitely need that later. But for now... All right, everybody, let's grab our collective ankles, because it's time for this thing. Did that a little too early, actually. Yep. Okay, let's let you pass. I mean, yeah, I don't know what to tell you. Of course, that having a one-button jump ability is going to make that part easier for sure. The real moment of truth is going to be in the final section of the fight. Yeah. Well, the amount of damage we took is very weird because we. Is that what the main fix here is? Is that this thing does like half damage or something? In this version? Which, I mean, that doesn't hurt, but it's not the assist I was expecting, really. Fuck. Oh, now you fucked up. Now you fucked up. You have fucked up now. Now you fucked up. Now you fucked up. Now you fucked up. God, I hate this. This one section, like, because it's phased out like this with the how the movement. This one in particular is just like really not good for me mentally. It's just like, oh yeah, by the way, enjoy having to do something stupid like this, right? But because we got the after hit there, we're... Yeah, that one is a boost ball related bit of crust. The way that sometimes it's just like, yeah, just going up the left side is really hard. And I think that might really be all it is. It's just that it feels like it should be easy. It's just that it's too easy to go up the right side kind of thing. If that makes sense. What do you mean it doesn't? Oh. Oh. Yeah, considering I haven't been here in a week. I'd be shocked if I remembered any of this, really, just in terms of what kind of distances I need for any of this. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, whatever. Give me the 15 damage. That's fine. Okay, we're moving on to phase 4 here. And this is where I imagine things are going to get really, really shitty anyway because of just the sheer time press we're going to be under for the last part of it. Excuse me. I'm sorely tempted to save state for this just preemptively, but I won't. That seems a little bit slimy even for this sort of thing, but hey, at least the dodge is easier. I'll say that now. That's, you know. Whoa. Hey, get in there. Don't do that so early next time. Oops. But now is actually perfect time to do it. So, up you go. And boink. Wait, hitting the space bar. Cool. Alright. So that's number 1. And number 2. That's not so bad. I just need these to stay up for number 3. Once that crops up here. Oh, get up there. All right. 1, 2. Everybody 3 count. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Game is for fucking babies, dude. How was I having trouble with? Oh, right. Because it controls like dog shit if you're playing this on the GameCube. Well, yeah, that made things a lot easier. Gonna be honest, I was originally looking for just a spring ball mod for the purposes of not having too great of a crutch. That may have like significantly lowered things even more, but it seems like the only real difficulty adjustment from like anything base level was just making the boss do less damage. But let's not pretend that didn't help us. Press and hold Z while in morph ball mode to attach spider ball tracks. That's my scan button, I believe, right? Press 2 to access the screen. Oh, I thought I'd be able to go straight there from it, but not quite. Yeah, so it's just press the shift key, basically. So we've got our spider ball, and that's pretty cool, but we're not going to go back and explore for the large amount of spider ball exclusive items just yet, because my understanding is that we actually will be facing the Power Bomb Guardian pretty soon, too. And, like, why not go and sweep that all in one go? There's still there will still be a small amount of items afterwards, like the Annihilator Beam, the Sonic Visor, and the Screw Attack. What? Right, I was like, what the hell is it? In this game, calling it the Screw Attack doesn't seem really accurate anymore, because it's not much of an attack, is it? You use it to jump between wide gaps in this game. Whatever. I'm not here to criticize that much. But yeah. God, that scared the hell out of me. I thought I was going to fall in the void. Granted, the voids are not instant death, at least, but it is still like, yeesh. I'm clenching like you wouldn't believe, or something like that. Oh, what? Okay, so we can launch off of rails with the boost ball, I guess. So that's cool. I just have to get the angle, I suppose. Whew. That's funky. It's cool, but doesn't necessarily mean I have to like it. Oh, is that not going to get me anywhere in this fight? It's not dealing damage. Dang it. Okay. So now I've got to... How do I reactivate this ball cannon? Or can I not do that? Is there a... There's a spinner under there. Tube. It's not as simple as just double jump, is it? No, it's too tall for that. Alan throwing me a raid of 16 people. How are ya, everybody? I hope we're having a good time. How was the rest of the Mario Chaos Edition? The Rogue Chaos or something like that? It looked a little bit more, well, handleable than just plain Mario Chaos, so that's something I could probably play a little better here. Fuck. How do I... Dark Visor? Okay. Right, this would make a little bit of sense, probably. I guess it's like, hey, if in doubt, really just switch back to the Dark Visor. Curious how we get into the... There's got to be a way to get into that funnel then, right? Let's see if we can do something with this. No, I was hoping to just, like, switch out of ball mode in air or something. I'll take a look into it later. Surely we'll have a reason to come back, right? And don't call me Shirley or something. Okay, so where's our save point? Other side of the facility here. No, it's not the button I want. Whoops. I mean, in theory, I don't know what's up with that anyway, cause yeah. Oh yeah, by the way, Alum, and anyone else who may have seen me attempt to do this on the GameCube, I actually beat Spider Guardian on first try on this. Pardon me. So that's good, considering last time I crashed the fuck out for like 2 hours of getting my ass handed to me by that thing. So, hooray! Oh god, yeah, it really does. Also, I think the ball control is just better playing it in this version than it is on the GameCube. Like, the ball physics on the GameCube... So, I've played enough Metroid Prime on the Cube to be able to say that they definitely feel a little different. So, for all I know, it could have just been, like, muscle memory or something, but it definitely was... It was a little bit funky. I mean, listen, I don't know what to add on to that other than the fact that, yeah, that boss is some major crust, which is something that I can't really say about X-Death or Kefka. I mean, Kefka had some RNG in it or something, if I recall correctly, but that's, you know, that's small potatoes by comparison. Oh yeah, by the way, Lears, I already mentioned it on stream, so it's like, whatever. If anybody's going to complain about spoilers, too fucking late. Did you see Doom Train's hands in the the new raid. It looks really silly. It's like, okay, you know what? If I still like, I haven't really been having a whole lot of fun with 14 for a while, but if I was, I'd be like, yeah, I'll resub for that because that's actually really funny. Oh, I see. Right. Yeah, I was kind of thrown off for a bit because I'm like, that is such a weird way to remix it because of like how just different it sounds, but it sounds pretty good actually. So, we got a big boy here. Are these going to be our elite pirates? Oh yeah, capable of generating shockwaves. You bet this thing's an elite pirate. Which means feed it some missiles. He's putting up a shield. Yeah, typical elite pirate behavior. Oh, and it's also an elite pirate. I mean, listen, I've done the thing before where it's like, yeah, kids these days don't know how to do piracy anymore. So, honestly, the fact that he downloaded Super Mario 64 and applied a patch to it, I think that by default kind of classifies him by today's standards. This guy's doing too much shielding for me to just go ham with the missiles. But hey, there we go. We got him in the end, and... oh my lord, this is one hell of a room full of stuff to do for what looks like literally just one missile pack here. But, hey, why not, right? Maybe there's plenty of treasures to be had here. Oh. Landing the ball thing. Listen, I'm just saying I would think more of like a George Bush voice for Shiggy. Wait. Here's me being rude about anything. See, at bare minimum, I will say that while it's not real ownership, they do distribute Mario 64 still, as opposed to having it just sit in the fucking punishment void. So I don't want to say, you know... you obviously don't gotta hand it to anybody who's against piracy, because something piracy is preservation. Yes, even if you're a person who is just using it for private purposes. But also, you know, by comparison, you can't make a lost salesman you can't make a lost sales argument, pardon me, for something that you don't sell. And while they're not exactly selling cartridges of Super Mario 64, it is available on the Switch Online thing. So it would still be a really bad argument on their part. But compare that to, like, remember the period when they were announcing Dread and they said, oh, well, play the previous games, and Metroid Fusion was like nowhere to be obtainable. So excuse me. So, like, in a case like that, if they were going to try to use any sort of, like, lost sales justification... Excuse me. Ugh. I think failing that at the very end probably killed me, but no, I'm kidding. Anyway. But... Lears, that is the sort of, like, jack-off shit they'd say in court, wouldn't they? But... I think that also kind of, like, has to deal with the issue of... Did any of these people necessarily know about this game at the time? You know, like, again, continuing to use Metroid Fusion as the example, although I believe Fusion is now available on the Switch Expansion Plus thing or whatever. You know, don't quote me on that, because I don't pay for that shit. You know, that's too expensive, and I have actual cartridges for a lot of these games. Oh, is there an add quote command that I don't... Huh. I didn't realize I even had that set up. I'll have to figure that out. Like I said, I'm going to do, like, stream stuff upgrades in the new year. So, yeah, anyway. To get back to what I was trying to say, oh, it really must only be for, like, mods or something, which, like I said, I'm gonna get around to, like, upgrading stream shit in the new year a little bit, in terms of, like, you know, back-end software-y kind of shit. There's not really a whole lot of hardware upgrades I can make at this juncture. Other than, like, buying a whole new computer, but listen, if any of you have, like, thousands of dollars you feel like giving me for a new computer, go right ahead and send them my way, and I promise I won't spend them all on massive amounts of cocaine or anything. Because it won't be cocaine. But anyway. You can have a whole stream that's just directly themed around cannibalism, Lears. I'm sure that's a non-bizarre thing to do. Anyway, I got completely sidetracked here. Just to emphasize, by the way, anybody who's, like, watching this, I don't actually do cocaine. I keep saying it as this, like, joke that, like, for some reason... And I don't want people to think that I actually do cocaine. Unfortunately, I may be, you know, really, oh, what's a good joke here? Anyway. So, setting all that aside, the thing I wanted to say about the, you know, any of the anti-piracy stuff is that, yeah, that argument that you were saying, Lears, about, like, they'd probably be like, oh, well, people were just waiting for it to come... To stop being on sale, so that way they could have a justification, which is the kind of, you know, the kind of cockamamie horse shit these weirdos would come up with, is a little bit hard to defend if, you know, for example, like, 2022 was, what, 23 years ago? You also gotta deal with the idea there, because your argument, if you say that, is implying that everybody knows about your game, and, no, that's really not the case. Like, I guess at least Metroid Fusion had advertisement, you know, that was advertised, right? They keep trying to advertise Metroid games, but people are only buying, like, 500,000 copies lifetime for most of them. But then again, that's also because everybody's like, oh yeah, these games are great. I'm going to play them on something completely different. But, yeah. Whole thing's a fucking shit carnival. Like, you're not entitled to sales just because you create a product. I'm not necessarily going to say that you should be stolen from, but also you're not entitled to sales just because you create a product. Like, there are plenty of people who make games that sell like less than 1,000 copies each, which I'm pretty sure is a very generous estimate as to what the sales of, what was it called? Samus Returns, I think? The fucking remake of Metroid 2? Yeah, I'm pretty sure that sold like maybe double-digit copies at best, right? Not necessarily literally, but also like, ooh boy, that game did not sell. And then you start hearing about like the level of crunch and stuff that Mercury's team were doing, and it's like, maybe it didn't deserve to. But that had more to do with Dread than Samus Returns, as far as I know. And some of you may be thinking, wow, Dread was crunched to shit? How? Well, they had to get it out after they announced it on, like, E3 or whatever, so it took them, like, a month. Anyway. Where's my place I need to go next? Because, yeah, we went back to a save point, and... Spider ball track. How do I get... How do I get to this area? Well, that looks like it's got an elevator attached to it, so I probably... If I had to guess, that goes to one that I need a power bomb for. So I gotta find out where the power bomb guardian is, maybe? Oh. No, don't stop current emulation. Stupid. That's the argument they use for, like, Pokemon fan games. Oh, Jesus. ZAB, that's, like... Zabi? Wait, how is Zabi formed? Do I... Oh, this thing is a spider ball object for some reason. Right, I'd forgotten about this thing. Whoa. Jesus. I better deal with that resbit. As I only have 23 missiles. I need an ammo station pretty severely. And preferably one that'll give me missiles as well. No, I have to get in the ball launcher. Okay. Get the Nerf Ballzooka here, and... Okay, well that helps me know where I'm supposed to... Okay, so I guess we are doing the spider ball backtrack now. All right then. Well, because it said missing gear, I think we can probably identify pretty easily anyone in the audience that that's going to be our source of power bombs. Because that's like our last missing item at this point. Oh, what are you doing here? Oh. Oh, I see. You're a joker. That's your... You're some kind of a clown. Okay. Well... I thought we were having a moment of, don't forget, you're here forever. Because I was... God, I don't like that. Yeah, exactly. Welcome to Meat Rod progression. And to think, I actually like these games. This is like the Nintendo franchise that I will still fairly readily go to bat for. Like, I'm not even that pro Pokemon anymore. I haven't touched Legend Z to A. What do I need to destroy this? Can you tell me? I mean, use high-yield explosives. Well, that's not very specific. So I guess I require power bombs to go through those. Okay, sure. Whatever you say, game. I think those are just like background cracks, really. So I forget which direction is well, that one's obviously the way back. This way to Agon, maybe? Oh no, this is to Torvus, which, I mean, yes, we do want to go to Torvus. Yeah, let's go to Torvus. I said I was going to get power bombs first. Let's get power bombs first. And then we'll go explore the world. Because while we won't have everything open to us by that point, it'll be a good chunk of stuff. Ah, these chuckleheads are here. Oh, right. I wanted to go back and get my ammunition back. Well, I can do that pretty easily as well because there is an ammo station in Dark Torvus Temple. I don't believe it's necessary to kill this dude. I just kind of want to. Oh, there's a couple of them here still. Okay. Yeah, they're very stout. Like, even compared to Chozo Ghosts, those guys are fat as hell. Just that one Pudge player who happens to be next to every single kill on the map for some reason. Warrior keeps activating raw intuition like every single time it comes off cooldown. Yeah, thanks, buddy. Let's use the save point here, just because it's convenient. And plus, I mean, any excuse for us to literally not have to look at the Grenchlers. Grenchler, yeah, I know. That sounds like the name of some, like, really young Gen Z or Gen Alpha kid who gets very popular on YouTube, and like you look at him and you're just always afraid, like, this kid's really about to call me a slur, isn't he? I'm trying to remember what the fastest route is to Forbidden Bridge or whatever it's called. And I think it's this way. Okay. Yeah, because we have to go to a very specific part of the bridge. Seek you the bridge of death. Ah! There's none of the little jackasses there, at least, so I don't think it's really a bridge of death. Oh, wrong beam. You fool! What are you doing that for? You're just gonna die. All right. The Jagoff Brigade has sealed the doors for a moment. Well, whatever. They'll get bored eventually. Probably. Oh. Right, we got a Lightbringer incoming. Cool. Looted Mire. Oh, right. This way doesn't go to DTT. I have to go the other way. Right. Duh. Have you ever even played this game before, streamer? And the answer is not to completion, but... it's part of why I'm doing this now, right? Anyway. Remember, guys, this isn't light burst, you fool. That's just ammunition resupply. Sorry, I was looking over the thing to see if I could figure out where the hell to get the light burst. If I've missed it. But we got our ammunition back. That's the important part. especially our missiles, I was starting to feel the pain a little bit there. That made me want to not get into actual fights. Because the game was just not being very nice about drops. Like, it was definitely in real stingy bitch hours. Because, oh boy, everybody. And just keep going around here. Now it's basically time to retrace our steps. Remove yes. Well, maybe. Why doesn't Samus have the gravity suit at the start of the game, by the way? Just out of curiosity, like... I guess, why doesn't she have the power bomb at the beginning of the game either, or a lot of other stuff from Prime 2, but... It's not really a big deal, it just kind of hit me out of nowhere, like... Why doesn't she have that? Like, I understand why she doesn't have the Phazon suit, because the Phazon suit was explicitly taken away from her and split off to become the Dark Samus. But why some of the other stuff, I don't understand. Because Adam, I mean, that's kind of believable at this point. Although I can't remember if Malkovich is actually a guy in of any real importance in the Prime universe. Although, I mean, the Galactic Federation is here, so it's not impossible. Yeah, so the place that we gotta go for this thing is all the way down in the basement here. And I'll blaze through these guys real quick so that way we don't lose HP. Or at least we lose as little as possible. Because, to be perfectly honest with you, I don't know what I'm in for yet. Oh, right. This is the gravity thruster room. I just saw enemies and I was like, I gotta hide. Anyway, I threw down a save state just in case errors occur. We had crashes last time. For anyone who wasn't here for it. So... just putting those up as security in a couple of places. I mean, really, I literally just saved, so I probably could just not do that if I wished, but... well, too late. Okay. Looks like another ball-oriented boss. We've got to do... we've got to... we got to put our ball into the sockets, I see, right? That's what we're all about here. Ooh, watch out. Fuck. That doesn't even hurt, really. That is so little damage. I have no idea what it would be like in the original, but that's like free in this version. I think I took more damage from the dark side radiation here. I took more damage from being in that darkness realm that Aqua gets trapped in Kingdom Hearts. Whichever one it was. Where it's basically revealed in the Birth by Sleep spinoff that it's like, oh, well, by the way, time passes more slowly here. So that way she could suffer more, you know, corruption damage per unit of time. Because Nomura's relationship with his female characters is very weird. Fuck. Yeah, see, he leads to target super severely, so... I really wish I could just, like... just spring ball from spider rails. That's really not a thing. And the blasting zone on these things is fucking immense. So this is quite the interesting little back and forth we got to do here. It's a lengthy little dance that we're dealing with here. Yikes. Oh, you're getting pretty zesty, buddy. Let's see how many of these fucking things you're throwing around. You're getting quite grumpy. Fine, I gotta wait for that to happen, I guess. Oh, goddamn. Yeah, baiting this guy into, like, aiming in places that are a little more advantageous. There's a lot of strategy to that, and no shit. Oh man, that's really, really hard to get up there, I think. Fuck. We're pinched. Fuck. Yeah! That was pretty good. Oh. Fuck. Oh my god. Oh, yeah, don't hit escape. That's not a pause button. This last part is so... like, it's a level of tightness that I'm just not great at dealing with here. Something. Subscribe to my channel and listen to my new video essay about the Yonic imagery of the Power Guardian or something. I don't know. Actually, legitimately, speaking of Metroid and video essays, I will drop real quick, because it's, you know, it's sort of a Christmas present, because I assume that most people who are on this channel are at least, like, vaguely could be interested in the idea of, you know, some of that stuff. So I haven't gotten a video done for this month like I said I would, because I keep getting caught up in the cycle of start writing a new script, it gets so long and I don't know how to stop, kind of thing. But one thing that I thought about doing, and this would probably end up being a little bit more off the cuff if I was going to do it, was... so there was a particular statement from a character designer from Hirofumi Matsuoka, who character designer who designed Samus, or did at least for Super Metroid, that some years ago earned a lot of prominence on the internet among some publications. For fuck's sakes, okay, so I need to, like, bait these away real quick, and... God, I really just cannot see this fucking thing over there. Yes, there is also that. I mean, that doesn't, like, help. So, there's many factors at play here. But this last part of this boss is driving me up the goddamn wall, because... which is funny to say in a case like this, because look at what I gotta do here, but... anyway, yeah, to actually, like, put this out here. So this is a statement. I think it was rediscovered sometime in 2015 because somebody just found it and finally was asked to Google Translate it. And I can tell that it was Google Translated because I ran the sentence through Google Translate and I got the exact same wording that they did on it. Which was, again, Hirofumi Matsuoka saying something that a lot of these folks were saying, that it implied that he was outright saying that Samus was transgender, which obviously there's been a lot of people for a very long time who've, you know, subscribed to this idea of Samus as queer representation, which, hey, I mean, why not? I don't have a strong opinion in either direction, but it's better than some things that I've seen out there in terms of any of that. But the thing is that the word that Matsuoka used to describe it, which Google Translate very helpfully did not give any, like, cultural context for, said... The word that he used was not really very appropriate, basically, in terms of, like, the Japanese language. It wasn't a very flattering term, because the word that he actually used to describe Samus with was saying that Samus was a new half, which is, again, not the worst thing that you can use to describe someone who has parts that don't match their assigned gender, but it's also not really great. It kind of leans a little bit more into sounding like here's the character designer describing his fetishes a little bit. And listen, when people are desperate, and they are, for some kind of being seen in the world, they'll stick to whatever almost looks like it as some sort of, like, proof. But you know, it's a little disheartening, right? God, so unless there's a different path that I can take here, which I'm not sure of. Yeah, as I said, that's the long charge, so it's going to be a double. He's working a double. Oh, God. Oh, shit. That was really tight, in case it weren't clear for some reason. But there we go. That's the Powerbomb Guardian. Done and dusted. And... oh, I got to climb up the thing again. Okay. I mean, fair enough, but... gee, if I had known, I probably would have not let go of the shift key. And maybe that would help me along a little bit there. So yeah, originally I was going to do a little thing about that. I just kind of decided against it because I was like, man, do I really want to kick the wasp's nest right now as my thing to end the year? And I admit that I'm not necessarily the most qualified when it comes to the matters of the Japanese language to speak on all of that. I just didn't want to get into any of that. And also, lazy, my sleep schedule was fucked up, and I did kind of injure my arm recently. So, you know, a whole lot of feel-bad moments involved here. Anyway, we got the power bombs. That's right, everybody. We can do some wrestling moves now. Actually, I say that. The idea of Samus taking her enemies to Suplex City is pretty funny. mentally, so... So with all this out the way, let's get our asses out of here because this place sucks. Are you sure there's no better way for me to get where I'm going here? Let me take a look. I'm really not kidding about that idea that I said before where I was like, I would really love to have just a mass Nintendo crossover RPG where we get characterization for all of them and stuff. I really do think that has potential. In theory. I mean, it is pretty much a big in theory here, so... Anyway. Back we go. We're out of the gross place and back into the water. Man, what an annoying boss. That probably would have really sucked on the cube. Especially because the damage would probably be a hell of a lot higher. And I'd be even more scared of crashes than I am with this thing. So is there anything I need power bombs for in this sort of color temperature? And the answer is yes. But first I'm going to go save. Wow, rude. Okay, so power bomb door is behind the former seeker missile door, I see. And I'm so glad it's former because those things blow. Anyway. The boss you use them against is fine. But, like, anything else, they whiff way too much. I think they might have been better in Dread, which... We're giving a surprising amount of credit to Dread this session. I'm a little worried now. Ah, here we go. Yeah, spider track. Makes more sense. So we weren't over far enough for that. Oh, hey. Get in there. That moves this thing forward. Oh yeah, all this just for an elevator up to Sanctuary. Well, good to know anyway. Wow. Doing this really badly. We're not ready to go back there yet. We've got stuff to pick up. Like, for example, I know that there's a tree trunk in the main room. Main room. In the main area, rather. Well, I guess it's at least partially the main room. Something. Whatever. Anyway. I do not recall how much stuff there is to worry about in the dark area here, but we'll take a quick peek. You know, a sneak peek, but it's spelled P-E-A-K instead of P-E-E-K. There used to be somebody on Twitter who ran a bot that every time somebody typed sneak peek like that, they'd get messaged. And it'd be like, actually, you mean... Which, I mean, yeah, do whatever with those kind of things. I just immediately, however, think of... whenever I think of sneak peek being spelt like that, I think of Stealth Rock. Granted, if you've ever touched a competitive Pokemon game, you pretty much think about Stealth Rock all the time. Because on some deeper level, that shit is poison. I mean, don't get me wrong, I understand why it exists, and it's not necessarily like the most disruptive thing, but it does kind of suck on some level to be like, hey, yeah, this large proportion of Pokemon just cannot be used basically at all because they die to it if they switch in twice. And yet Volcarona, who's like the thing most severely countered by Stealth Rock that's actually usable in competitive Pokemon, doesn't seem to give too much of a shit, really. So, ooh. All right, let's go back. Which one of these two? One, yeah. Okay, and that yellow door is just back up to the surface. surface, really. Back to the main reactor core thing there. Anyway, point here, we don't care about any of that shit. There's actually nothing there. Not in this part of Dark Torvus. I don't even think there's anything really of note left in the main part of Dark Torvus. Who knows? Maybe for next session I'll actually like look up a guide and be like, hey, yeah, here's where all that shit is. Because, listen, I may not be able to get 100% scans anymore, but I can still go for 100% items. That much is still on the table. Yeah, I just gotta have a bit of a look around here. Okay, Torvus Grove. There is a place where we can blow open a thing with a power bomb. I know that. And offhand, I don't recall where there's other power bomb locations. I mean, I know they gotta exist, but I don't know where they are off the top of my head. Ooh, is that another power bomb ammunition? Was that big glowy thing? Yeah. It's pretty neat looking. Yeah, there we go. As the camera has to zoom in on the missile pack to just make sure, hey, dipshit, you know this glowing thing in the middle of the scene? Well, that's actually a missile pack, you fucking bozo. Thank you. Thank you. I understand that I was dropped on my head as a child a few times. My mom drank a wine cooler while she was pregnant. And that's why I don't know what a missile pack is. Even though I can clearly see it. I actually don't think it's related. Anyway. Jokes aside. I mean, it's only kind of a joke. It did happen. But got a glowy thing. Ooh, there's still a power bomb ammunition there. Give me that, give me that, give me that, give me that. Yes. Good. Phew. Kind of need those. Right. Great Bridge is a room that has a thing that can be destroyed with a power bomb, I believe. Whoa. Fuck. I rounded that real badly. That tube is not great. Oh, yeah, we gotta go through here, right? There's just kind of a lot of stuff in this room, so it does confuse me slightly. It's only slight, though, I swear. Probably. Alright, blow this thing up, and where do you go? For a power bomb expansion, yes! Most excellent. That is a great thing to pick up. Granted, it did immediately require me to use it afterwards, but hey. That's fine. It's almost perhaps to be expected a little bit. I don't believe there is anything else for us to get at the moment. So I suppose we go back Temple Words and we go to we go to Agon Wastes again, and yeah. Oh. Actually, you know what? We can spend some extra ammunition here and take a quick peek at this side of Torvus. And have a double check and see if there's any areas that I know that we need any of these new power-ups for. Oh yeah, there's a thing at Dark Forbidden Bridge there. Okay. I mean, I don't have any power bombs right now, but how am I going to get those, actually, come to think of it? Yeah, I was going to say, this is just to put these guys into activated mode here. So maybe I can vaporize them. Hey, nice. One of them got. By one of them, I mean the only one. Unfortunately, all he had was energy, so... So much for that. Jeez, the weather is going crazy in here. I do not remember this level of storminess in this part of the game. But hey, it's been a minute. Give me more of those. Well, as many as I need for the moment, but probably more of them later. Yeah, like right here seems like a good place to get more of them. Okay, so that's just kind of a passageway. Yeah, so ultimately that was not really useful unless there was something in there that I missed, which is always a possibility. You know what? Let me go scanning here. Yeah. See? It's worth it for me to take a better look because I had a feeling immediately like, wait a minute. That would be really stupid for it to have nothing in it. And it turns out, yeah, it would have been, wouldn't it? Okay. Okay. Let's go and stop getting distracted here. Make our way back to the Ag and Wastes here. And then go look for items there, basically. Yeah. Not necessarily more of a description than that I can really muster up that would be useful. And I am failing a little bit to notice the right way to go. Wow. Good job, me. I think I need my eyes completely replaced. These ones clearly don't work. And off we go. Okay. So. There's a portal up there, which is a very odd place for it, really, considering the portal chamber is, like, right in the other room. This has to be for something special. And I need to line this up better. Fuck. That's not the right input, is it? God, why is this so hard? Oh, right. I was gonna say, is this even... It would be doable if I wasn't an idiot and I just didn't roll into it again. I done screwed up pretty badly there. That's kind of embarrassing, actually. Okay, now, to make sure we don't do this again, let's see what this portal goes to. Oh, it's just a missile pack, like, literally out here. Is there something that would have prevented me from doing that in the other world? Because I'm not seeing it offhand. Just the monsters or something? Which doesn't seem like that severe of an imposition. Alright, let's hit up the save point. I'm gonna go investigate that set of super missile doors. And I think we're gonna see about getting the item in the super missile door in the pirate base. And then that will probably be where we end for the stream, maybe. Okay, so this just looks like a straight path, so I think this is where we gotta pull out the scan visor. Make absolutely sure of that. Search around here. Alaric alloy. That's bombable. I don't like that it's dropping me straight into Phazon here. Right, I think we did this before, actually. I don't remember if I got switched around like that, but I completely believe I would have. Alright, go this way. Yeah, this room just has an absolute dickload of warrior ing for some reason. Portal. And yeah, here we go. Let's go head back to that station and go pick up what's probably a missile pack. Oh, right. We no longer have a hill of sand here to save us. By save us, I mean make us walk up. Make things easier. Anyway. Let's keep going through here. I fumbled that pretty badly. Okay, so now I gotta find... Okay, well, I guess there's a spider ball track on the middle thing there. So I gotta go find the side of things. So I figure out how I get onto the main spider track there. Oh, wow. All right. Dang it, I missed. Well, this is probably really only for a missile pack or something, but maybe it'll be something much better for the effort. I don't recall. Oh, yeah, don't Not that way. Okay. Get up there. Wait, no. Middle. There we go. God, that thing with the boost ball and spider ball is so weird. That is not a thing in Metroid Prime 1. And yeah, it was just for a missile expansion, but hey. We need those anyway. Those are good. Those are always good. We're up to 135 missile capacity, so we're over half done with the missile packs in the game. That's pretty nice. I'm kind of curious how much more stuff there is to explore. You know, that I can go get between now and going and dealing with all of Sanctuary. Anyway, everybody, that's going to be all the Metroid Prime 2 for the evening. So, thank you for watching. And I gotta actually tab over to OBS to tell it to stop recording.